Hi, I'm MATTU and I'm running for Speaker of the White House. I'm currently a junior at Franklin High School and I've been part of youth and government since freshman year. Although Tennessee is a beautiful and prosperous state, it is apparent that there are many issues which need to be addressed in the upcoming year in order to promote growth for our community. If elected, my priorities would be to help relieve the detrimental effects of poverty on low-income communities, which are further exacerbated by the pandemic. In order to relieve this economic and social stress, we must reform our infrastructure, thus creating more job opportunities in the industries while also improving regional systems. Additionally, Tennessee is ranked number 43 in the country for health care, and the solution is so simple: to expand Medicaid. There is an average of 117,000 residents composed of non-disabled adults with income below the poverty level and without minor children in the coverage gap, and ineligible for Medicaid and for premium subsides in the exchange. If the state was to expand Medicaid, at least 250,000 people would gain access to coverage. I'm dedicated to improving the standard of living for all Tennessee residents and serving in the YMCA Youth and Government. Make sure to vote MATTU for your future White House Speaker.
What's up, guys? I'm KALVALA and I'm running to be your White House Speaker. I know you guys will be sitting here for a while, so I'll make this short while I tell you why you should vote for me. About 2 years ago, I remember sitting in the Doubletree conference room not knowing a single thing about YIG. But as the weekend went on, I began to realize how great this conference truly was. Over the years of being involved in TNCCE conferences, I met some of the most dedicated and creative people I know, and I've come to realize how important they have been to me. Running for this position has provided me with the platform to speak upon issues I believe are impactful to our society. For my platform, I would like to speak about food insecurity. Food is obviously a vital resource needed to get us through our day-to-day lives, but unfortunately, 1 in 7 people in Tennessee and 1 in 5 children in Tennessee are food insecure. Food insecurity limits people from an access to equal opportunities. With that being said, I propose that the state of Tennessee addresses and works to fight food insecurity. Finally, I would like to talk about my campaign. YIG has helped me express my individuality by giving me a platform to express my opinions, and with that, I promise to use the power of my voice as your White House Speaker. I promise to give you the same experience YIG gave me and hope to shine a light on your individuality. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask. Thank you for your time, and remember, at the polls today, vote for Megan K. Thank you.
Hi everyone, my name is SOHANI and I'm running to be your 2022 Blue Lieutenant Governor. I still remember my first YIG conference and being scared out of my mind to present. That's why I'm running for the Blue component specifically. I want to be able to help younger and first-time delegates gain confidence in their debate and speaking skills. Now on to my platform. As Blue Lieutenant Governor, I would focus on public education, ESL resources, and infrastructure. I'm part of a tutoring program in which I work with students from across my city, and my experience has shown me that though I'm fortunate to feel both challenged and supported in the classroom, not every student faces the same experience. Secondly, as we've seen throughout the pandemic, Tennessee does not currently have an adequate structure or resources for communicating with its residents that don't speak English as a first language. This can have drastic impacts on health, education, business, and more. And speaking of inadequate structure, Tennessee's lack of road maintenance and an efficient transportation system, especially in lower income and rural areas, impacts thousands of Tennesseans daily. Ultimately, I believe that Tennessee is a great state that can progress towards equally serving all of its people. I'm looking forward to speaking with some of you at the town hall, and don't forget that Fatima will fight for our futures.
Hi, my name is LANDA. I'm currently a junior at Franklin High School, and I'm running to be 2022 Blue Lieutenant Governor. Since my freshman year, I have met some of the most intelligent, amazing people while participating in youth and government. We are extremely lucky to have great opportunities granted to us from our education. Education is what shapes us. It is what can create our interests, our opinions, and even what we would like to make into a career. However, we would not be anywhere without our teachers. We are extremely fortunate to have great educators, but not everyone is in the same case. With 137 school districts in Tennessee, it can easily be inferred that the background of the students in the public school system are drastically different wherever you look. This means that wherever the students are deemed better, the teachers are better. School districts with lower test scores have teachers with lower retention rates. Children may not be getting the adequate education or the special assistance that they need. This is upsetting because students with low test scores need a teacher that is going to be there to steadily help them improve. I would like to increase pay for teachers because I believe that would bring in fitting staff that would help the children. Out of 95 counties in Tennessee, only 9 have a retention rate among teachers of 95% or more. I would like to implement better benefits and tenure for teachers so they will be more willing to work in schools and areas that are not as fortunate as others. Also, to take action in increasing the level of education for disadvantaged youth, I would like to ensure that teachers everywhere meet the same high standards of qualifications so that all teachers and students are getting an equal and fair opportunity. Together, we can build the education of our youth to ensure the future of a brighter Tennessee.
Hey everyone, my name is REVA and I'm running to be your next Blue Lieutenant Governor. I know you're sitting here watching this video and wondering what I could possibly have to offer you that anyone else couldn't. Introducing the rave. Get it? REVA, rave. Cheesy wordplay aside, I really want to ensure that everyone has a phenomenal YIG experience like always, especially as we transition from the online conference back to in-person, fingers crossed. So I promise we will be partying it up and raving in Blue Committee next year if you'll have me. The 3 issues I'm centering my platform around are resource allocation for low-income students, combating climate change by managing poultry farms, and hypergrowth. Approximately 60% of K-12 students in Tennessee are economically disadvantaged and as a result, 13 times less likely to graduate from high school. It's essential that we don't let these individuals down by not allowing schools and students the proper resources. Moving on to hypergrowth. In Wilco alone, there will be a 149% increase in population over the next 25 years, something that's not sustainable at all. Hypergrowth is no joke, people. And finally, climate change. Tennessee has one of the largest percentages of poultry farms, which make up more carbon emissions than the entire transport sector combined. Anyway, even though I won't be able to hand out buttons along with my dignity this year, I hope I get your vote. Thanks for listening, and remember, vote for REVA and see what the rave's all about.
There was a moment during my 8th grade Model UN conference when I was presenting my resolution that a flame ignited inside of me. I looked at the amazing high schoolers leading and teaching us. I discovered a passion that I knew would be mine throughout my life. To be a great example for youth, fight for change for those that cannot advocate for themselves, and to convince every young person that they can have a positive impact if they have the courage to believe in themselves. My name is Ella Pliego. I'm a sophomore at Beach High School, and I'm running to be your 2022 White Senate Lieutenant Governor for the Volunteer Conference. To improve our state, my platform consists of 3 main issues. I would like my county to have a greater concern for the mental health of our students. As depression and suicide rates climb, we are reminded that mental health is real. Finding solutions to help our youth is crucial to the well-being of any area. We must support and provide mental health resources for all students. On a community service level, I would like to promote tobacco prevention with an emphasis in education. We need resources to teach youth about the dangers, programs to aid in quitting, and education granted to every Tennessean. Finally, on a state level, I would like to address systemic racism. We must provide more education, create zero-tolerance policies, and support minority voters. President Barack Obama once said, "We did not come here to fear the future, we came here to shape it." I believe that we all have the power to shape the future and look forward to working with you on the issues for which you are passionate about. Vote Ella Pliego for 2022 White Senate Lieutenant Governor. Thank you.
Hello fellow delegates, I am Finn Schaefer, one of your candidates for White Lieutenant Governor, and today I am here to talk to you about Garfield. Yes, Garfield, the lasagna-loving orange cat. Might I point out 2 things within that statement? First, lasagna. Lasagna is a versatile, amazing food with such variety when it comes to quality. Sometimes you get good lasagna that someone's grandma made in her kitchen for a nice family dinner, and then sometimes you get lasagna that the school system slaps on your plate and tries to convince you is edible. This is like how we are served our years. Some years are great, such as 2018 and 2019. They were the grandma lasagna of recent history. And then you get served in edible cardboard. 2020 was the year that I think we can all agree we'd like to forget. Well, this brings me to my second point, the color orange. When I think of orange, I think of sunsets. Sunsets mark the end of a grueling day. They are the conclusion of an experience. And I think the conclusion that I can draw from 2020 the experience is that I'd rather be a lasagna-loving orange cat with lower cognitive ability. Unfortunately, I cannot, so I will leave you with this. Let's take 2021 as a transition lasagna and put aside our differences to help our communities return back to normal. I am a candidate that is willing to put my all into helping us achieve that. Also, my platforms are support for animal shelters, more opiate addiction rehabilitation centers, and diversification of education. Thank you guys, and remember, a vote for Finn is a vote for Garf.
The great philosopher and poet Sir Childish Gambino once said, "Happiness is the goal, but greatness is my mission." And this is going to be my motto as your governor for YIG in 2022. Hi, my name is ARYN, and as governor, I will make sure to make YIG as fun as possible while planting the seeds for the greatness I'm confident you, I, and all of us will achieve, not just for Tennessee, but our nation beyond. The reason you should vote for me isn't just limited to the fact that I currently hold the highest office held by any junior at YIG as your Blue House speaker, and I hope to see all of you in the Blue House at some point, or the fact that I've been in the YIG ecosystem since the 6th grade. The biggest reason you should vote for me is that I have a vision. I have a vision that I'm confident we all share, not just for YIG, but America beyond. And here's what it is. Ladies and gentlemen, America is more divided than it has ever been since the Civil War. We hate each other for no reason. And I want to change that. By voting for me, you're not just voting for ARYN CHADHA, you're voting for an era of bipartisanship, an era of America today, America first, America together. Ladies and gentlemen, we need to recognize that our name is the United States of America and not the disjointed states of America. And if there ever was an America and ever will be in America, there will be the United States of America. And this is our fight for the soul of the nation. That is why I'm running on the platform of unity and bipartisanship, starting from police reform, then to healthcare, and then finally education, so we can all once again truly unite. Let's once again do what's right, not because it's easy, but because it is hard. Ladies and gentlemen, by voting for me, you're not just making YIG legendary, you're making the world legendary. And here's to America. From my heart to yours and your hearts to mine, ladies and gentlemen, vote for ARYN CHADHA. The ball is in your court. Vote for me, be the difference, make the future.
Hello everyone, I'm Sam Payne, and I hope to be your 69th governor. Over the past few weeks, I've had to write countless speeches, blank statements, and responses to possible debate questions, all while knowing that this most likely will not change your vote. The fact is that few of you are listening right now, and even fewer of you will make it through the policy portion of this speech. Nonetheless, I've had to think about the problems Tennessee has faced over the last few decades, and how those problems have only been amplified by the pandemic. The question is how do we solve these complex issues? The answer is investment in our people. As it stands, Tennessee is ranked among the worst in the country for median household income, teacher compensation, and food insecurity. That is why I'm proposing a broad-ranging package for infrastructure improvement that not only covers our roads and bridges, but also our state's access to broadband internet. The last year has shown us that the internet is an integral part of a modern society. However, many Tennesseans, especially those in rural areas, lack the amount of access to internet services needed to effectively provide for their families. On top of this, these improvements will also help attract businesses to the state that can provide well-paying, stable jobs to our citizens. As a further incentive to these companies, we need to invest in our educational system so that a larger share of our students can have access to a world-class education. These are the policies I hope to implement as your next governor, but to tell you the truth, I'm not exactly sure what it means to be governor. I can't tell you I know the tasks I will be completing or the inevitable challenges I will face, but what I can tell you is that there are things to be done and I can do them. Then again, other candidates are also capable of this job, but so are any of us. We don't need a governor who is capable of the job. We need a governor who is the right fit for the job. I'm not saying it's me, because frankly, I don't know if it is. But I'm confident you do. You know who is right for governor, and you know who is right for you. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Molly Volker. I am currently a junior at Franklin High School, and this year I am running to be your 2022 Volunteer Conference Governor. I want to start off by thanking Susan, Elise, Tyler, and everybody else at the TNCCE who have worked so hard to give us this unique opportunity. 2 years ago, I attended my first Youth in Government conference. At that time, I never would have imagined I'd have the courage to do what I'm doing right now. I'm running for governor because I see a Tennessee where people feel supported and stood with through these inconsistent and chaotic times. A Tennessee where every child has equal opportunity to a fantastic education. A Tennessee full of progress, unity, and strength. Now, all of this sounds great, but I want you to know that I am not just talk and no action. I have clear plans to set us on this path. According to Tennessee Commissioner of Education Penny Schwinn, recent studies have shown significant losses in math and early reading skills due to the pandemic. As governor, I will work with the Department of Education to allocate a significant portion of the budget to provide schools with funds designated towards improving academic loss during the pandemic. Each school will have the authority over how to improve the academic situation within their institution, but I would also establish a committee to oversee the allocation of these funds and ensure that they are being used effectively. According to new information from the CDC, Tennessee ranks 44th among states in percentage of people 65 and over with at least one vaccine dose at 62.3%. Although many Tennesseans are eligible for the vaccine, the process of making an appointment online is convoluted and difficult, and impossible for some elderly people who can't use the internet. To combat this, I would set up a government-funded phone line to help elders book their appointments. Another vaccine-related issue is general distrust of the vaccine. To assure Tennesseans that the vaccine is a safe, positive, and necessary thing, I would set up an informational campaign with easily accessible information on the health department website. Everyone deserves protection from this dangerous virus, but everyone also deserves to have their worries put to rest. The end of these troubling times is in sight, and the Tennessee I see is the light at the end of the seemingly endless tunnel. I see a Tennessee that can and will exist, and I believe that I am the right candidate to set us on this path. I hope you do too. Thank you.